Hey babes, let's do a get ready with me. Somewhat realistic, as you probably can tell, like here. Yeah, I get ready with me using Lisa Eldridge products. Inspired, of course, by the newly released Desert Gleam palette. It looks exciting and pretty. But back to the story here. I'm also using the Eldridge washcloth. Very similar to those Emma Hardy ones, in case you can remember those days. These are a bit bigger. I think there are pros and cons to that, and I very enjoy them very much, and I highly recommend getting those. They come in 2 packs, and I think the price is very decent. And here I'm going in with the mist, by the way, to the oil cleanser more when I'm doing my eye look, because that eye look is complete crap and will take our time then. Here I'm just spraying this pixie toner. I decant it into the spray bottle, and whenever I'm fancy and I have time, I like to use this. It has ferulic acid and vitamin C, and or after the shower I like to spray my back with it, and it smells amazing. I really recommend you try this. um and this is my favorite sunscreen. It does not sting my eyes. So, lately my eyes really watered from sunscreen, and mineral sunscreen. I also tried a couple, yada yada bada, Korean sunscreen, etc. This one is so good, and this one, by the way, I like very much too. It's actually Clinique Men, and unfortunately here everything is too quick. Here I just applied the 0N Neutral Lip Liner by Lisa Eldridge on my left side, and here goes the 1N shade. This one I really wouldn't consider a neutral. It has a reddish terracotta undertone to it. I hope you can tell. I know lighting is crap, but it's not really a neutral. And honestly, it's a pretty shade. I just don't see it really being a neutral. So it's rather a shade choice for me. The 0N is here. Listen, this is like the 7th layer and of lip liner, and it so it does deepen a little bit, but it's just it's more the shade of my lips, so there's not much contour going on, and on top it's a very regular waxy formula, a particularly creamy one on top, so it just blends into my lips right away. And it just looks like a a lip shade, like I applied some lipstick, so there's not much lip line going on. um this is the Skin Tint NT5, and it's a beautiful shade. You probably can tell it has some olive in its undertone. um and maybe you can tell my face, probably from skiing every year, is so much darker than my neckline because of the altitude. You just tan so much more. And so if I applied a cool rosy undertone, my face would look pink and my neck would look pale and yellow. Would I take a yellow undertone, I look sick and how do you call it, jaundice. And peach, same. It would be such a stark contrast, and it wouldn't look natural at all. That it then it would look peach and orange, more oompa loompa-ish. And so this is such a good neutral. It just has a hint of olive to it, which just works out so great. And I just find there are very few brands that really can manage to give us a neutral. I think Chanel does a very great job at neutrals. B20 is usually in most of their products such a good shade. And I mean, this is my first Lisa Eldridge complexion product, and it works out great. And now this skin tint is really lovely formula, great packaging. Make sure to twist it firmly when you shake it up, and it's thin but without being drying. You know, I have dry skin, so I'm scared of very thin textures, but this is the exception. Usually they are very oily skin friendly, and this is very neutral in shade, neutral in, you know, in a finish and in the way it feels and sits on top of your skin. This is super little coverage, and I'm just so shiny because the face mist, I applied too much. I applied underneath and on top, and I don't have much experience with this mist, but it was just too much. It messed up the whole consistency on my face. It was awful. Couldn't wait to take it off in the evening. By the way, I'm just here going in once again with the Zero N lip liner, and I hope you can tell it looks like my lips. So there is not much lip line going on. So it defeats, for me personally, it defeats the purpose of what I'm using lip liner for, and it also lacks the perfect shade for me, as well as consistency. So forget this eye look. It's crap and it's horrible, and the way it went on that day, because you know, when you do something different to your normal usual face game, sometimes things get weird and messy, and this really wasn't it. And I was excited about the new palette, so I wanted to grab a Lisa Eldridge palette. This is Talk to the Paw, and yeah, it got very dark, and I do have deep set eyes, and I wasn't looking particularly lively that day, so maybe a dark eyeshadow look wasn't the smart thing to do that day. Also, when I look tired, the best thing I can do is just, you know, do some eyeliner, maybe with a dark eyeshadow, to keep it soft. A strong eyeliner would be too harsh when I already look a bit, you know, um, stressed. And yeah, putting some lighter shades on my eyelids to brighten things up, especially you know, a matte light shade does wonders on my dark inner corners to, you know, balance out my eye shape. And so here everything just gets too dark, too unbalanced. I also used from a Catrice palette. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do, to mix posh and I forgot what this orange was called. I thought it might be similar to this new peachy bronze shade. It's called a Blaze. So I wanted to mix these to get something like that. I don't think it's very representative at all, and it's, yeah, it just, everything went on so messy. So I have a khaki shade by Catrice. Those were very great little palettes, but they're discontinued, unfortunately. However, back to that oil cleanser real quick. Yeah, the mist, I'm sorry, I cannot tell you much about it. I have to experiment with it some more, actually use it and know what I like about it and what not, and how it works best. This is Kitten Lash in burnt umber. Great mascara, and it's a nice brown mascara. I expected more. I thought it was a more special shade of brown, but it's just not. It's a what's it called? A tubing mascara, which is great to, you know, to keep keep your lashes up all day. And But I've accumulated a few mascaras now, and kind of trying to avoid them lately because they tend to rip out more lashes at the end of the day, which no matter what long wear or waterproof technology you use, those will be harsher to remove always. Usually I wear very soft mascara that just goes away so easily, and yeah, so better for my lashes. My skin was such it wasn't this slippery and slide really, but well, here I'm also using a bronzer I usually do not use because my favorite cream bronzer is Beige, but it's very creamy, and since my face was so shiny and slippery, I chose the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is a drier formula. It's in the shade Fair. I don't really like it because it looks great in the pan. It looks great swatched, but it just is. It's it's weird how it applies to warm on my face. Cannot explain it, but it does. So not my favorite. And now let me finally get to that oil cleanser. It's not a bad product, but it's yeah, in general, I wouldn't recommend investing in a cleanser because you wash it off. I think there are cleansers that are high end that feel great and do great things. I have some of these. This won't be a repurchase for me. It's also a haptical thing, a sensory thing. I like to do this ugly face massage sometimes on weekends, take 5 minutes in the shower, and the consistency, the way it feels on my face just feels a little bit drier and just, this is exaggerated, but almost a bit sandy in comparison to other oil cleansers that I enjoy more. And I experience any difference in the effects by the ingredients when I use this. So there I don't have a reason to repurchase either. And it's quite expensive. So I mean, therefore, nice, but not a need for me. And yeah, that's my ugly eye look for that day. And here I'm going in with two neutral. Well, number two, no. Yes, this neutral lip liner is a neutral brown, but it does have a bit yellow undertones. I have yet to post swatches of some of these similar shades. This one is yeah, nice, done on my perfect neutral, and so on and so forth. That was a Huda lipstick. Here I'm going in with Too Much Mist, probably again, and this is my oily face for that day. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.